Right now, parts of Knox County are dealing with flooding after record-breaking rainfall. WBIR 10 News reporter Yvonne Thomas is live in North Knox County with a look at the conditions.
And pockets of moderate rain showers continue to fall around East Tennessee. Watch out for rising water. We're going to take you on a radar tour and talk about the improvements that are in store later on today.
And today, leaders are asking for your help on the massive Tennessee Riverline project, how they hope to bring thousands more tourists to East Tennessee.
And the countdown to Tokyo 2020 is on as we are 1 year out from the Summer Olympics. We're checking in live in Japan and trying some of the new sports for ourselves today, July 23rd, 2019.
10 News is brought to you in high definition exclusively by Harper Auto Square. WBIR 10 News starts now.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. It's a big day here at Channel 10 as we celebrate 1 year from the Olympics. I'm Abby Ham.
And I'm Russell Bivin. Let's bring in meteorologist Mike Witcher because rain's still falling, at least here in North Knoxville, Mike.
Yeah, and a flash flood watch in effect still until 8 o'clock this morning, so I'll have to watch out for some rising water after yesterday's deluge in many parts of East Tennessee. So let's go ahead and get you out the door here. Take a live look there at Skywatch 10 radar. Heaviest rain right now, Roane County, Cumberland, Morgan, and Fentress County. Scott County, you're next in line. Also across parts of western and now moving its way back into the downtown area. Very heavy rainfall right along the 40-75 split, moving its way through Farragut to Westtown Mall area. If you travel Middlebrook Pike, you'll run into some very heavy rainfall this morning as well. The good news is dew point numbers come down throughout the day today, and it looks like that dry air is going to stay with us for the next several days, guys.
All right, Mike, thanks. Today, people all across East Tennessee will be cleaning up after record-breaking rainfall. Look at some of the damage in Knox County. The rain caused what looks like a mudslide on World's Fair Park Drive near Balter Beer Works. Then in South Knoxville, drivers tried to avoid the flooding on Chapman Highway. They had a ton of power outages in that area, too.
Yeah, and parts of North Knox County are also seeing damage. WBIR 10 News reporter Yvonne Thomas is live there this morning. Good morning, Yvonne.
Hey, Abby, Russell, good morning, and that's absolutely right. You can tell it is still raining, which means the roads are definitely still slick. Luckily, we are on Millertown Pike here in North Knoxville, and we haven't seen a lot of standing water, which is great news for drivers. But if you do see that, definitely turn around, don't drown. It's not worth it. But what we can tell you is Millertown Pike is one of those problem areas that many people were experiencing yesterday. In fact, a tree actually fell and crashed in this area and fell on top of a car while a man was driving. He was taken to the hospital and he is expected to be okay, but neighbors in that area were definitely shaken up by what they saw yesterday.
Well, I saw all the cars and the flashing lights and I thought, that's not good.
I mean, it's been raining most of the day. It's just, you know, I didn't know that I had no idea that a 100-foot tree had fallen on my yard, so.
Now, many other roads around Knox County also saw flash flooding there as well, like Chapman Highway, Rutledge Pike, and North Broadway. But we did speak with dispatch this morning in Knox County, and they did mention that many of those roads are now safe to drive on and should be okay this morning. But, of course, we'll keep an eye on everything throughout the morning and throughout the day as this rain continues to come on down. But for now, we're going to send things over to Ed Rupp in the traffic center. How's everything looking out there, friend?
Hey, Yvonne, thank you. Still got rain falling, as you mentioned. We even had flooding on the interstate yesterday afternoon. Had to shut down part of 40 eastbound there right around 17th Street because of some flooding. That's okay this morning, though. Off to a fairly decent start despite rain pouring everywhere. That's rain over in West Knoxville. Down in the North City, we're getting some pretty heavy rain up on 75 there as you get onto the interstate coming off of the 321 there in the North City. No wrecks as we start the morning, at least up to this point. We hope it stays that way. We'll keep an eye on it. Keep you updated in the 10 News Traffic Center. Guys?
All right. Thanks, Ed.
And remember, as you head out the door this morning, you can keep tracking the weather with the WBIR app. Live radar, traffic updates free in your app store.
And we get to more of your morning headlines this morning. New this morning, the Hamilton County Sheriff says a man is in custody after a tense standoff. He says deputies responded to a domestic call on McClister Road. When they arrived, they say a man was sitting on the front porch holding a handgun with a rifle by his side. The suspect eventually dropped his weapons after several orders from deputies. The sheriff did not identify the suspect, but says he was in the country illegally. Officers searched the property and found weapons, drugs like methamphetamine and marijuana, and more than $43,000 in cash. In Blount County, a Maryville man faces charges after an officer-involved shooting. The sheriff's office says Wendell Wilson faces aggravated assault and violation of probation charges. Deputies say they responded to Wilson's home last week for a domestic disturbance. A deputy shot Wilson in the hand after Wilson raised a rifle at deputies. Wilson was taken to the hospital. The deputy was not hurt and is on paid administrative leave pending the TBI investigation. 4 men are now in custody after an undercover human trafficking sting in Blount County. You can see the suspects there on your screen. The TBI says authorities used decoy advertisements on commercial sex sites to catch them. The investigation is still open today.
A Blount County man is suing the Catholic Church in Knoxville. Michael Boyd says he was abused by a priest and the ex-bishop of Knoxville in the early 1990s. He says he was an altar boy and student at Sacred Heart School when it happened. The Bishop of Knoxville says in a statement the church immediately contacted authorities when Boyd presented them with the allegations. It says an independent investigator hired by the church found no credible evidence to support the allegations. The diocese has suspended a music teacher named in the suit from his position at 2 church schools. A man facing multiple charges after authorities say he tried to break into the Knox County jail. Deputies arrested Christopher Williams after he climbed over razor wire to get in to the jail. Then he could not get back out. Deputies say he was carrying a pocket knife and bags of crystal meth. He's facing drug and trespassing charges for trespassing into the jail.
A health alert this morning. UT doctors say Lyme disease cases are on the rise in East Tennessee. Last year, the health department says 26 cases of Lyme disease were reported statewide. This year, there are already 25. UT researchers say it's because of a rise in Lyme-infected black-legged ticks in East Tennessee. They've found them in Anderson, Union, and Claiborne counties. One doctor at UT says he saw 2 new cases just last week. Today, researchers will meet in Roane County to discuss the Tennessee River Line project.
Yes, WBIR 10 News anchor Heather Wallaga is in the newsroom with more on this massive project and how it could bring more visitors to our area. Good morning.
Russell and Abby, good morning. The goal is to connect Knoxville to Paducah, Kentucky through a series of outdoor attractions along the Tennessee River. And UT says the Tennessee River Line will create a continuous 652-mile system of paddling, hiking, and biking trails. Leaders hope it will get more people out on the water. And now they want your feedback. They're traveling around East Tennessee to learn how communities already use the river and to get a better idea of what people want to see. Researchers chose 5 communities to be part of this pilot program. One of them is Roane County, which is home to about 40 miles of the Tennessee River. Now there's a meeting tonight at 5 at the Kingston Community Center. It is open to the public. And researchers will visit parts of Alabama and Kentucky where the Tennessee River runs through. If you can't make it to the meeting in your area, we have a survey you can fill out right now at WBIR.com. Russell?
All right, Heather, thanks very much. Knox County leaders are focusing on school safety. Last night, commissioners voted on a new agreement about security officers in Knox County schools. They say it clarifies the responsibilities of the Board of Education, Knoxville Police, and the Sheriff's Office when it comes to keeping schools safe this year. Leaders are also moving forward with a new tax incentive for a new development in North Knox County. Grassy Creek LLC developing a business park near the Oak Ridge Highway and Shod Road intersection. Documents say the project will include a grocery store, restaurants, and other businesses. The application says construction will begin in September.
Food trucks and a tap room could be coming to Farragut. Developers want to build what they're calling Admiral's Landing at the corner of Campbell Station and Kingston Pike at the old Phillips 66 gas station. They outlined their plans before the Farragut Municipal Planning Mission last week. It would include a tap room and space for rotating food trucks inside. It would also feature outdoor patios. Farragut says the plan is in the early stages.
All right, 6:09 is the time. Still to come on 10 News today. Red wine could be the key to putting humans on Mars. We're going to talk about the scientific breakthrough coming up in other news.
And 1 year out for the Summer Olympics, we are testing out new sports ourselves. Heather and I hit the rock climbing gym. This was interesting. We'll see if we could make the cut as Olympians, Mike.
And we're talking about heavy rain across parts of Knox County, just paralleling and south of Interstate 40 through central Knox County. But it's not just here, it's pretty much everywhere. It doesn't last all day, and it won't be with us all week long. We'll be right back.